Tensions escalate as Pakistan accuses India of second act of aggression. Amid cross-border strikes, tensions between India and Pakistan have sharply escalated following a fresh exchange of missile and drone strikes, with both nations accusing each other of military aggression across the disputed Kashmir region and beyond. Background to the conflict. The renewed hostilities come in the wake of a deadly militant attack on Indian tourists in Pahalgam on April 22nd, which India has blamed on Pakistan-based militant group the Resistance Front, TRF, alleged to be a front for Lashkar-e-Taiba. Islamabad has firmly denied any involvement. In what it calls a targeted and measured response, India launched airstrikes early Wednesday morning on what it says were 9 militant sites in Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir under Operation Sindoor. Pakistani officials have confirmed 6 sites were struck, claiming heavy civilian casualties and infrastructure damage. Pakistan's response and allegations. Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, in a national address, described India's actions as a second blatant military act of aggression. He claimed Pakistan retaliated by downing multiple Indian aircraft, asserting 5 jets and at least 25 drones were shot down, though India has not confirmed these claims. T. Ahmed Sharif Chaudhry, spokesperson for the Pakistan Army, stated that since Wednesday night, Indian drones were intercepted and destroyed over major urban centers, including Lahore, Rawalpindi, Gujranwala, Karachi, and others. 1 civilian was reportedly killed and another injured when a drone crashed in Sindh province. Pakistan's military also claims that a military installation in Lahore was targeted, injuring 4 personnel and destroying infrastructure. In total, Islamabad reports 31 civilians killed and 57 injured due to Indian strikes and cross-border shelling. In response to security concerns, airports in Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad, and Sialkot were temporarily closed. India's Position India has maintained that its military operations were in direct retaliation for the Pahalgam attack, targeting terrorist infrastructure across the line of control, LOC. It claims to have neutralized multiple Pakistani air defense systems, including one in Lahore, and responded to Pakistani attempts to engage Indian military targets using drones and missiles. Indian External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar emphasized that while Delhi does not seek escalation, any aggression would be met with a very, very firm response. Speaking at the 20th India-Iran Joint Commission meeting, Jaishankar called the strikes a response to a particularly barbaric terrorist attack and said India had no intention to heighten tensions unnecessarily. Indian newspapers largely supported the government's military action. Headlines from the Times of India, Hindustan Times, and the Economic Times called the strikes calibrated and precise, hailing them as payback for the Pahalgam attack. Pakistani media, conversely, focused on the civilian toll and vowed retribution, with The Nation and Dawn emphasizing Pakistan's military resolve, civilian impact, and regional displacement. The violence has had a severe impact on civilians along the LOC. In Poonch district of Indian-administered Kashmir, residents have fled en masse following intense shelling. Dozens of families, including women with infants, have sought refuge in the relatively safer area of Surankot. We couldn't get a car and had to walk for miles. I was crying all the way, said local resident Sufreen Akhtar. Muhammad Alam Malik, a resident of Surankote, is currently hosting 25 displaced individuals in his home. India has reported 15 civilian deaths, including 1 army personnel, due to shelling from the Pakistani side, while both nations accuse each other of ceasefire violations, political reactions, and diplomatic developments. In Delhi, an all-party meeting was convened where opposition leaders pledged full support to the Indian government. Congress Party President Mallikarjun Kharge said, "We stand with the government." Despite being briefed that certain security details remain confidential, international concern is rising. The United States and the United Nations have urged both nuclear-armed neighbors to avoid further escalation. Iran and Saudi Arabia, whose junior and foreign ministers coincidentally are in India, have also shown interest in playing mediatory roles. As both sides dig in with conflicting narratives and mounting military activity, the potential for further escalation looms large. With intense media scrutiny, international concern, and domestic pressures on both sides, the path to de-escalation remains uncertain. Thank you for watching InfoHub, your source for trusted news and insights. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay informed.